Welding. Steve Wilhite on number 5W. That is Brian Wilhite in turns 3 and 4. Brian Wilhite, winner just a few weeks ago here at Brownstown out of Seymour, Indiana, and the Clean Right Lehman Insurance Gurker Building Supply 5C. The driver is Tyler Kane. Tyler having a heck of a year in the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series. The 14 junior of Dwight Smith from Louisville, Kentucky in the C-Tech Travis Curtin Race Engines Waralls. Number 14 junior, that is Dwight Smith. Torrey Collins out of North Vernon in the Tail Feathers Farm Market. CS Prototyping, Linda's Log Cabin 11C. Torrey Collins, you see there, taking the checkered flag after his hot lap session. And the 3Z of Zach Burton there. Out of Edinburgh, Indiana, M2 Designs, Hoosier Machine and Welding, O'Neill Salvage. Old boy Zach Burton in the 3Z. Tyler Kane, fastest so far in hot laps with a 14.154. 14.154 for Tyler Kane. Jug Wethington second still with that 14.285. Group number 3 making their way onto the track. Led onto the track by the 422 of North Vernon, Indiana's 31 wrecker Herkamp Crane. Driver Caleb Schreier in turns 3 and 4. Leading out group number 3 behind him in the 19D out of Columbus, Indiana, and the Setzer Fabrication JJ Lawn Care, that is Derek Huber. Bedford, Indiana's Robert Rainey, the Rowdy Cowboy, and the Lineal Contracting, Jason Ayers Trucking. Vermeer Midwest 12R. In North Vernon, Indiana's Alan Magner, and the Borgman Farms All-Star Paving Fresh Print 17M. The 21R, that is Bloomington, Indiana's Reed & Sons Construction Rock Solid. Bloomington South Storage, Shelby Miles behind the wheel of the 21R. Milton, Kentucky's James Huff, and the Boss Construction, Glenwood Electric, Madison Ford, CDJR Rogue Freight, number 5, James Huff. And rounding out this group out of Spencer, Indiana, the Ricks Automotive, B&B Auto, Spartan Mechanical, number 19, that is Marty O'Neill. And Paragon, Indiana's Mower Zone, Porter Pipe Professional Concrete Solutions, number P3, that is Steve Peden. Steve Peden in the P3. Marty O'Neill will take his second lap and clock in with a 14.350, quick enough for fifth now as Steve Peden with a 14.222. So overall, the fastest Tyler Kane still with that 14.154. Steve Peden in this group with a 14.222. Jug Wethington 14.285. Marty O'Neill and Shelby Miles quick enough there at hot laps for 5th and 6th. Alan Magner 7th, 14.452. And these are the drivers that will be in the heat races, but again, they will be back out for their time trials. 2 laps here after the Lucas Oil late models take the track for their hot lap session. Our 4th and final group of P3 Graphics Indiana Pro late models making their way onto the track, being led into turn number 1 in the Test 3 machine out of Columbus, Indiana, and the KFR Graphics Super Heat Solutions Test 3, that is Dakota Keibel. And making his way around him there in the 257. Out of Winfield, Tennessee, the Superior Drywall, Catton Industrial Plum Painting, and Marlar Auto Mart. That is the 257 of Skylar Marlar. Good looking 257 there, Skylar Marlar. The 20 of Paragon, Indiana's Tyler Neal, and the O'Neill Salvage Ibach Springs AccuForce Spring Specialist, number 20, Tyler Neal. Entering the backstretch, Edinburgh, Indiana's Keaton Strevel and the JT Core Strevel Core RJ Recycling, number 14. Campbellsville, Kentucky's Vision Cabinets, Keltner Contracting, VP Lubricants, 75E of Elliott Despain. Bloomington, Indiana's Milliken Smiles, Ramon Trucking, 48D Derek Groomer, and Greenwood, Indiana's Redemption Race Cars, Adrenaline Race Consultants, High Performance Carburetors, number 56, that is Ron Moon. Ron Moon. Tyler Neal up to 3rd quickest with a 14.277. Good lap for Tyler Neal. Derek Groomer, 14.450. Puts that 48D in the top 10 for hot lap times. Pretty good lap there by the Bloomington native Derek Groomer. And checkered flag will fly in our fourth and final P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series Hot Lap session. So fastest in hot laps out of Seymour, Indiana, in the Clean Right Lehman Insurance Gurker Building Supply. Number 5C, it is Tyler Kane, overall quickest in hot laps, but pays peanuts there, James. They'll be back out for time trials. Unlike a typical Saturday night here at Brownstown, we would qualify them in their hot laps. They would take hot lap time trials, but they will be back and have 2 laps here in just a short bit. And with that, we will hand it back over to James Essex. James Essex for the Lucas Oil Late Model Hot Laps.
Very good Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Thank you, Dustin George. If I call you Dustin Jarrett a few times, please forgive me, okay? He couldn't make it tonight, nor Ben. And we'll be back together next Saturday in Pittsburgh. How many are ready for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series? Group number 1 in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, the 14. He's out of Greenwood, Indiana. That'll be Quentin White. The 23 out of Loudon, Tennessee. That is Corey Hedgecock. The 96V out of Benton, Kentucky, Tanner English. He'll be followed by the 20 TC out of Richmond, Indiana. The 16-year-old, that'll be Tristan Chamberlain. And then the 39 car, the reigning Jackson 100 winner out of Watertown, New York, Tim McCready. The 46, another Jackson 100 winner out of Jacksonville, Florida, Earl Pearson Jr. The 22 out of Brownstown, Indiana, is Skylar Lewis. And the 15 out of Verona, Kentucky, that is James Rice. Group number 1, 45 cars entered here tonight. Tim McCready, 3-time and reigning Jackson 100 winner. And there's the number 10 car. The youngest driver ever to win the Dirt Track World Championship, 19 years old, out of Eatonton, Georgia. In the number 10, that is Garrett Smith. In car 10. Again, tomorrow night, a whole new show, so if you're watching at home, come on out. And if you got a car, come on out. $30,000 to win tomorrow night, a record here at Brownstown Speedway. Group number 2 on its way. Don't forget the fast time tonight. It's $500 for Group A, $500 for Group B. 13th fastest in Group A, $500. 13th fastest in Group B, $500. Thanks to Michael Lefevre, Slicker Graphics, Crystal Canada, Bobby Walters Sr., Gary Engel, and Jeremy Creech. The audit Suzanne Deason, the high charger tonight, $500. Then we have the state of Kentucky bonuses. Thank you to Chris Tilley and Mark Yackel. Added money to the B-Mains. Tim Foster, Indiana USSA Fast Pit Softball, $250 to the 13th place finisher. In honor of 13 wins of the World 100 for CJ Rayburn Race Cars. Jim Curry family, 7th place, $400 tonight and tomorrow night. So group number 1 in the books here, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And the fastest in that group at 13.336 coming at you. The defending Jackson 100 winner. How about it for Tim McCready? All right, group number 2 on the track. Dirt Draft Hot Laps of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Led up by the number 42, the 08 Indiana Icebreaker winner. Welcome back to Brownstown out of New London, Wisconsin. It is Terry Casey. The 20 RT, the current points leader out of Martinsville, Indiana, Ricky Thornton Jr. The 93 out of Columbus, Indiana, Zach Blackwood. The 12 out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Jason Jameson. The 11 out of Verona, Kentucky, Josh Rice. The 76 out of Evans, Georgia, Brandon Overton. The number 1 out of New Waverly, Texas, that is Tyler Erb. And then you have the 29 rookie late model driver out of Bloomington, Indiana, Jordan Weaver. And in the 33 out of West Harrison, Indiana, in his Brownstown debut in a late model. That is Dallas Miller. Terry Casey, welcome back. Former Lucas Oil Rookie of the Year in the 42 car. And there's the winner at Knoxville last week, sporting the Midwest Sheba DeLorean spoiler, Ricky Thornton Jr. out of Martinsville, Indiana. So group number 2, Dirt Draft Hot Laps with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. All right, Dirt Draft Group Hot Lap number 2 section. And the fastest in that group at 13.295. Coming off a sweep at Knoxville, Iowa last week. Coming at you out of turn 4 out of Martinsville, Indiana. How about it for Ricky Thornton Jr.? All right, Group 3. Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Then we need the Indiana Pro Late Models for their time trials. On a beautiful weekend here in Brownstown, Indiana, Jackson County, Indiana. Tomorrow night, $30K to win. The second annual C.J. Rayburn Memorial here. C.J. Rayburn, 13 career victories here at Brownstown. He won the 1995 track title. 7 of the first 10 wins of the Jackson 100 by Rayburn race cars. And he won 13 World 100s as a chassis builder. Here we come, Group 3. Led out by the number 23 out of Franklin, Indiana. That'll be Keegan Cox. Behind him, the Stricker Streak 68 out of Batavia, Ohio. That is Adam Stricker. And then behind him, in the 97, out of South Isaac, Kentucky, that is Michael Chilton. In the 7, out of Georgetown, Delaware, Ross Robinson. The 11, out of Meridian, Mississippi, Spencer Hughes. The 9, out of Mooresville, North Carolina, Nick Hoffman. The 1, C.J. Rayburn race car, C.J. Rayburn's grandson. Out of Greenwood, Indiana, Justin Shaw. And the 18 out of Lapeer, Michigan, Chase Berta. And the 76 out of Bloomington, Indiana, that is Shelby Miles. What a field. Group 4 coming up. And we need the Indiana Pro Late Model Series for their qualifying. As you have, Dirt Draft Group number 4 with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here at the quarter mile at Brownstown, Indiana, under green. Justin Shaw there in the C.J. Rayburn race cars on the side of that number 1 C.J. King's Distributors. Driving for Casey White out of Greenwood, Indiana. Glad to have him here in a super late model. And Dirt Draft Hot Laps number 3 in the books. And the fastest in that group at 13.318. In the number 9 car, out of Mooresville, North Carolina. How about it for Nick Hoffman in 9? The NOS Energy Drink number 9. Group 4 coming up. Group 4 on the track here at Brownstown. Led out by the 58 out of Dubuque, Iowa. That'll be Garrett Alberson, the 32 with last year's track champion out of Edinburgh, Indiana. That is Chad Stapleton. Behind him in the 11J out of Seymour, Indiana, Jared Fleetwood. The Paul Crockett Memorial winner, the 13W out of Nicholasville, Kentucky, is David Webb. The 99 out of Dresden, Ohio, Devin Moran. In the 111, his first time here out of Centerville, PA. The top rookie in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. It's Max Blair, the 71R out of Weathersburg, Ohio. Hot Rod Conley, the 28 out of Carpentersville, Illinois, Dennis Erb Jr. And the runner-up at Knoxville last week In the 157 out of Winfield, Tennessee, the Winfield Warrior, Mike Marlar. And we got our two-seater back there. Devin Moran will be on there tonight. He wants to ride with Devin Moran. $10 for a ticket, 5 for $20 right here behind the grandstand area. Thanks to Matt Altiers for coming out this weekend. And tomorrow night, driving the two-seater will be the World 100 winner, Hudson O'Neal. Dirt Draft Hot Laps Group 4 at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Fastest so far in Hot Laps, Ricky Thornton Jr., no surprise there. Sporting that Midwest Chevrolet spoiler is group number 4 underway. Group 4 gets the checkered flag here at Brownstown at Hot Laps. And the fastest in that group at 13.366 in the number 99 out of Dresden, Ohio. How about it for Devin Moran in 99? All right, one more group to go. And that should be led out by the final group here tonight at Brownstown. The Big Perm makes his way out. In the 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, that is Dalton Wilson. In the 88 out of Bedford, Indiana, is Greg Johnson. The 24, the current point leader here out of Bedford, Indiana, Jared Bailey. The 1G out of Columbus, Indiana, 4-time track champion, Devin Gilpin. The 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia, Jonathan Davenport. The 99B out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania, Boom Briggs. The number 1, the World 100 winner, out of Martinsville, Indiana, Hudson O'Neal. The 28 out of Clayton, Indiana, Jeffrey Shackelford. And the 18, 3-time Florence track champion, out of Florence, Kentucky, it is Trevor Landrum. 5th and final group of Hot Laps of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Indiana Pro Late Models, your time trials are next. And the fastest in Hot Laps in Group 5. And the fastest in Dirt Draft Hot Laps coming at you out of turn number 4. The number 1. How about it for the World 100 winner, Hudson O'Neal. In the Valvoline Soybert Calf Ranches, number 1 for Mark Richards Racing. Here it is, home track, former Jackson 100 winner. Several drivers attempting their first Jackson 100 here this weekend. Hey, before Indiana Pro Late Model Series Hot Laps, I want to thank, as I mentioned, all the fine people here. Fast time in Group A tonight and Group B. 13th fastest in honor of C.J. Rayburn's 13 career wins here in Group A and Group B. Slicker Graphics, Michael Lefevers is here. Crystal Canada, Bobby Walter Jr., Kevin Green, Gary Engel, Jeremy Creech, thank you very much. Dion Deason and Suzanne Deason. The hard charger tonight, $500. We've also got Arnie Fields out of Kentucky, the Kentucky driver bonus. We've got Chris Tilley, Mark Yekel. They've added money to the B-Mains. We've got Tim Foster, Indiana USSA Fast Pitch Softball, 13th place tonight in honor of C.J. Rayburn's 13 World 100 wins as a chassis builder. 250, we got Jim Curry family. Of course, 7th place. Got to be 7th place for Car 7. $400 each night. Jason Grimes Construction. Brad Arthur Heating and Cooling out of Vincennes, Indiana. Ryan Delth Communications. A.J. Bolin Remax in Bloomington, Indiana. Let's see, Mike Knight sponsoring Superstock races tomorrow night. Steve Barnett, the mayor of the wonderful Franklin, Indiana. Jim Beeman Lumber. And again, Ryan Delth Communications. Brett and Cheryl Davis, thank you very much. We're going to take a brief break. Deep breath. Coming up next, the Indiana Pro Late Models will qualify $4,000 to win tonight for the Bowman 50. You're watching it all live here on MAV TV on FloRacing. We'll be right back.
At Big River Steel, we've always been known as innovators. We dared to make new rules as the world's first flex mill, including supplying the auto and electrical industries with steels that other mills like us can't, all while showing what it means to be a sustainable steelmaker. We're proud to be the world's first and only LEED-certified steel production facility. Now, as part of U.S. Steel, we're committed to making steels that are best for all. You could say, it's the innovator in us.
Racing has always been in my blood. But that doesn't mean I didn't have to work hard. Or that we couldn't have a little fun. And a lot of fun to have. No matter the terrain or the vehicle. For whatever I do, General Tire delivers.
Protect the Harvest was created to defend and preserve American freedoms and to support farmers, ranchers, outdoor enthusiasts, and animal owners. Protecting agriculture, protecting our rights, our traditions, our rural way of life. Protecting America. To get involved, please visit our Facebook page or protecttheharvest.com. Support us by donating today. Protect the Harvest is a nonprofit 501c3 corporation registered in Missouri.
We're the leader in race fuels. We use our distillation tower, which is unique. No other race fuel companies do that in the world.
That consistency in the marketplace that makes us a premium brand.
We're pretty darn close to perfect.
Arizona Sports Shirts, the official merchandise provider for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, provides bold, unique, and effective custom apparel and merchandise for race teams, businesses, and special events. For more information on Arizona Sports Shirts, including online ordering details, visit arizonasportshirts.com.
Welcome back, Brownstown Speedway, and those of you watching at home, the C.J. Rayburn Memorial and the Bowman 50 here at Brownstown Speedway on MAV TV, on Flow, on the track for their qualifying session. First up is the 1S out of Edinburgh, Indiana, then the Laura Bennett Racing C&D Core 31 Auto Group, Advanced Auto Parts, R&R Recovery. Number 1S, it is Total Chaos Chad Stapleton. Chad Stapleton with a 14.456 in his first lap. He's joined by Hope, Indiana's Josh Reed in the red and white number 3. Josh Reed been joining us here at Brownstown the last handful of weeks. Stapleton out of turn number 4 for his second lap. It'll be a little bit slower. He'll stick with the first one, 14.456, with as the mark to beat so far in group number 1 as the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Models make their way onto the track for the qualifying. Fans, they will line up in the groups that they come out to qualify with. Their heat race is already designated. They are just qualifying for how they'll line up in those heat races. $4,200 in bonuses tonight for the Bowman 50. We'll talk about those sponsors a little bit later on here tonight. Our next two cars on the racetrack for their qualifying lap in heat race number 1 out of Charleston, Indiana. In the Chips Place Automotive Felker Race Engines, Ross Brothers Transmissions, number 81. That is Connor Mertens. Connor Mertens taking the green flag just behind him. On the front straightaway in the 42 out of Sellersburg, Indiana, in the Advanced Racing Shocks, Kryptonite Race Cars, Dave Bomber Real Estate, Travis Kern Racing Engines, number 42 machine, that is Patrick Shoemaker. Patrick Shoemaker, regular here at Brownstown Speedway. Mertens' first lap of 15.237. That'll put him second quickest so far until Patrick Shoemaker clocks in at a 14.833. Stapleton still with that mark to beat, 14.456. Good lap by Stapleton here earlier tonight. Just a few moments ago, that was Stapleton. Mertens a little bit faster on the second lap, but he'll stay third quickest with a 15.077. 15.077 for Mertens, 14.833 for Patrick Shoemaker. That will put them third for Mertens, second for Shoemaker. Stapleton still the mark to beat. Again, $4,200 in bonuses tonight for the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Models. Want to thank Hudson O'Neill Racing, Lineal Contracting, L&L Trucking, P3 Graphics, Signals Driving School, Slicker Graphics, Ricky Thornton, SR Racing, Kyle Altayers Trucking, Kevin Fleetwood, Grant Simpson in Midnight Sports Gear, S&K Underground Utilities, Sarah Lynn Masters, and Steve Pittman. Again, $4,200. That's just in bonuses, folks. $4,200. Different bonuses scattered throughout the field, a little bit for the winner, the rest of it scattered out through the field. Next two cars making their way on to the quarter mile here for their qualifying session. In the black and silver, number 28, the rookie out of North Vernon in the R&R Towing, Wells Construction, Backyard Barns and More. The rookie, Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells, a Brownstown regular behind him. Have a look at that car, ladies and gentlemen, out of Edinburgh, Indiana, in that Superheat Solutions Canes Tree Service. Travis Kern Race Engines, number 1, CJ. That is John Mayer Jr. And what a tribute to C.J. Rayburn here tonight, the C.J. Rayburn Memorial for the Lucas Oil Super Late Models. That familiar 1CJ being driven by John Mayer Jr. Nolan Wells, second lap, a little bit quicker than the first, but only quick enough for sixth quickest, 15.869 for Wells. Quickest lap for Mayer, his second one with a 15.010. That is quick enough for fourth. So Chad Stapleton still holding steady at the top of the chart here with that 14.456, about 0.4 faster than second place. And the next two onto the track out of North Vernon, Indiana. Your 2022 Indiana Pro Late Model Series champion. In the Superheat Solutions Valvoline, Lularoe Debbie Collins, number 11, that is Tyler Collins. Tyler Collins driving the familiar 11 here tonight in the Bowman 50. Behind him, out of Trafalgar, Indiana, in the Bauer Motorsports, number 48J, that is Jug Wethington. Wethington in the 48J. Collins first lap, second quickest, 14.599. Jug Wethington even faster, 14.520. 14.520, inching a little bit closer to that 14.456 that Stapleton put on the board a little bit earlier. Collins, his second lap, going to be a little bit quicker, 14.599 for Collins, but still holds him in third position. Wethington's first lap, the 14.520, the quicker of the two. So starting on the pole of heat race number 1. In the Laura Bennett Racing C&D Core 31 Auto Group Advanced Auto Parts R&R Recovery number 1S out of Edinburgh, Indiana. Starting on the pole of the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series heat race number 1 of the Bowman 50. It's Chad Stapleton.
97, I didn't call you out on the track.
And heat race number 2, cars making their way onto the track. First two out will be Elizabethtown, Indiana's 97 of Mike B. Shelley. That is Mike B. Shelley there in the black and blue. Number 97, Mike and Mark B. Shelley. Been around Brownstown Speedway for quite some time. Piloting a number of different classes here at Brownstown. Also in this group, the rookie from DuPont, Indiana, and the Dickies Doghouse, Aaron's Auto Detailing, Madison Excavating and Hauling. 04H, that is Houston Rourke. Mike B. Shelley.
Give him another lap. Give him another lap.
Everybody taking the green flag that time, but I thought they took it a lap earlier. They will get an additional lap here. Mike B. Shelley Going to clock in at a 15.332, 15.332 for Mike. Houston Rourke across the line with a 15.586, 15.586 for Houston Rourke. And B. Shelley is first going to have to settle with his first lap of that 15.322. And Houston Rourke, second lap just a little bit quicker, but still second quickest so far in this group with a 15.400 for Rourke. Next two drivers for qualifying in heat race number 2 out of Edinburgh, Indiana. In the Blair Home Improvements Hoosier Machine and Welding, Steve Wilhite, number 5W. That is Brian Wilhite. Brian Wilhite entering turn number 1. And just behind him, a two-time winner so far this year in the Indiana Pro Late Models here at Brownstown out of Seymour, Indiana, and the Clean Right Lehman Insurance Gurker Building Supply. Number 5C, that is Tyler Kane. Tyler Kane on the back straightaway. Brian Wilhite, first lap, 15.654. 15.654. Tyler Kane with a 15.298. 15.298 for Tyler Kane. Ryan Wilhite even faster, 15.181. 15.181 for Wilhite. Tyler Kane even quicker with a 14.780. 14.780. And Wilhite, our scoring did clock their warm-up lap there that I was reading, but either way, those were the slowest lap for each of them. So Brian Wilhite will clock in with his last lap. That was a 15.083. 15.083. Tyler Kane, the mark to beat in this heat race with a 14.780. Fastest overall, though, still Chad Stapleton with a 14.456. 14.780 for Seymour's Tyler Kane. Out of Edinburgh, Indiana, in the M2 design, Hoosier Machine and Welding O'Neill Salvage, number 3Z, that is, oh boy, Zach Burton. Zach Burton entering turn number 3. He'll take the green flag this time by. Just behind him, out of Louisville, Kentucky, in the C-Tech Travis Kern Race Engines Warhols 14 Junior, that is Dwight Smith. Dwight Smith joining us from Louisville, Kentucky. And first lap underway here for Zach Burton. He's in 3 and 4, coming across to get his first time for heat race number 2. Quick enough for second so far with a 14.839, 14.839 for Burton. And 15.501 for Smith. Zach Burton up into the rough a little bit there in 3 and 4. Probably going to have to stick with his first lap. He does. Second lap, much slower there for Zach Burton, so he'll settle for the 14.839, second quickest so far. Dwight Smith's second lap, much better with a 14.950. That's quick enough for third. So far, Tyler Kane the quickest, Zach Burton second, Dwight Smith third, Brian Wilhite fourth, Mike B. Shelley fifth, and Houston Rourke sixth. North Vernon, Indiana driver in the Tail Feathers Farm Market CS Prototyping Linda's Log Cabin, 11C, that is Tori Collins. Tori Collins in the red, blue, and white, number 11C. At a turn number 4, going to take the green flag for his first of 2 qualifying laps. Behind him out of Louisville, Kentucky, in the 4T, that is Terry Holbert. Terry Holbert in the 4T. Tori Collins in 3 and 4 to log his first lap. These will be the last 2 drivers for heat race number 2. Tori Collins, fourth quickest, 15.043, 15.043. Holbert with a 15.649, 15.649 for Holbert. Checkered flag in the air for Tori Collins. Going to have to settle for that first lap. No, second lap, about 2 tenths quicker, 15.043, 15.043, but he stays fourth fastest, so that's how they'll line up for group number 2, starting on the pole from Seymour, Indiana, with a 14.780. In the Clean Right Lehman Insurance Gurker Building Supply, number 5C, leading them to green will be Tyler Kane. P3 Graphics, the Indiana Pro Late Model Series drivers in heat race number 3. Now going to take the racing surface for their qualifying session. First on the track, the Lawrence County native out of Bedford, Indiana, and the Lineal Contracting, Jason Ayers Trucking, Vermeer Midwest. Number 12R, that's the Rowdy Cowboy, Robert Rainey in the 12R. And behind him, winner here opening night, Brownstown Speedway, way back in the spring out of North Vernon in the Borgman Farms All-Star Paving, Fresh Prince number 17M, that is Alan Magner. White laundry in the air here for Mr. Rainey, 15.242, 15.242 for Rainey on his first lap. Magner going to be a little bit quicker, 14.955 for Magner. He sets the bar at the 14.955 so far, first of two drivers. Robert Rainey, little quicker, 14.863, 14.863. Magner's second lap's going to clock in. He's going to have to stick with the first one. The 14.955 for Magner. So far, the mark to beat in group number 3, Robert Rainey with a 14.863. Good lap for that young man. And some more familiar names here in the Brownstown racing world here in the Indiana Pro Late Model Series division out of Paragon, Indiana, in the Mower Zone, Porter Pipe Professional Concrete Solutions, number P3. That's Steve Peden in that P3 Capital. Behind him, out of Spencer, Indiana, ladies and gentlemen, in the Rick's Automotive B&B Auto Spartan Mechanical, number 19, it is Marty O'Neill. Marty O'Neill taking the green flag. Steve Peden now at a turn number 4 for his first lap in that Capital race car. Top of the board, 14.845, 14.845 for Steve Peden. Marty O'Neill, 14.703. Marty O'Neill, 14.703. Good lap for O'Neill. Peden a little bit quicker on his second lap, but not quick enough to take over Marty O'Neill. 14.845 for Peden. But how about it, ladies and gentlemen? Marty O'Neill, the mark to beat here in group number 3, 14.703. North Vernon, Indiana, driver in the 31 Wrecker Hurricane Crane Super Heat Solutions. Patty Martin, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, 422. The driver is Caleb Schreier. Behind him, logged a lot of laps here at Brownstown Speedway out of Milton, Kentucky in the Boss Construction, Glenwood Electric, Madison Ford, CDJR, Rogue Freight's number 5. It's James Huff. James Huff joining us again here tonight at Brownstown Speedway. White flag in the air, first of two laps for Caleb Schreier. First one, a 15.078, 15.078. James Huff with a 15.411, 15.411. And the final lap for Caleb Schreier, a little bit quicker, but he'll stay fifth quickest with a 15.078, 15.078 for Schreier. James Huff, 15.355, 15.355. Two more drivers in this group with the mark to beat still a 14.703. This is our third of 4 heat race groups for the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series. They're led onto the track this time by Columbus, Indiana Setzer Fabrication, J&J Lawn Care, Huber Racing, 19D. The driver is Derek Huber. Behind him, out of Bloomington, Indiana, in the Reed & Sons Construction, rock solid Bloomington South Storage, 21R, that is Shelby Miles. Shelby Miles on your screen, getting ready to take the green flag now for his first of 2 laps. 31 Indiana Pro Late Models here tonight. 4 heat races. Shelby Miles, 15.283, 15.283. Derek Huber, 15.490. Again, 31 drivers here tonight, 31 cars in the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series. They'll be in 4 heats. We'll take the top 4 out of each one. 1B main, we'll take the top 4 out of that one. Shelby Miles, fastest lap of 14.866, quick enough for 4th. Derek Huber, 15.490, 8th. But starting on the pole for heat race number 3, ladies and gentlemen, with a 14.703, Out of Spencer, Indiana, and the Ricks Automotive, B&B Auto, Spartan Mechanical, number 19, and it's Marty O'Neill.
All right, I need T3 and 56, please. T3 and 56.
Still the fastest time over on that 14.456 of Total Chaos, Chad Stapleton. He'll lead him to green in heat race number 1. But our fourth and final group of qualifiers here for the Indiana Pro Late Models led onto the track in the Test 3 out of Columbus, Indiana, and the KFR Graphics Superheat Solutions. The driver, Dakota Keibel. Dakota Keibel in the Test 3. He's joined by Greenwood, Indiana's Redemption Race Cars, Adrenaline Race Consultants, High Performance Carburetors, number 56 of Ron Moon. Ron Moon spent a lot of time with us here at Brownstown and in the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series division this year. First lap for Dakota Keibel of 15.191, 15.191 for Keibel, 15.147 for Moon on their first lap. Keibel's second lap a little bit quicker, 15.191, 15.191 for Keibel. Moon a little bit quicker on his second lap as well with a 14.994. 14.994 is the bar so far in this fourth and final group of P3 Graphics. Indiana Pro Late Models, again, 50 laps tonight. The Bowman 50 for the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series. 4,000 to win tonight. Next two drivers out of Bloomington, Indiana, and the Milliken Smiles, Ramon Trucking, 48D. That is Derek Groomer out of Bloomington, Indiana. In Winfield, Tennessee, Superior Drywall, Canton Industrial Painting, Marlar Auto Mart 257, and Skylar Marlar. Skylar Marlar behind the wheel of that good-looking black and red 257 there on the back straightaway. White flag in the air for Derek Groomer, 14.992 for Groomer. Top of the board in heat race, and group number 4, rather. Skylar Marlar with a 15.043, 15.043. Checkered flag for Groomer. He'll stick with his first lap of 14.992. Skylar Marlar will stay with the first lap as well, 15.043, 15.043. So the mark to beat now in group number 4, the 48D D-Rock Derek Groomer with a 14.992. Three more drivers left on the track from Campbellsville, Kentucky, in the Vision Cabinets, Keltner Contracting, VP Lubricants. Number 75E, the driver, Elliot Despain, behind the wheel of that 17E here tonight. I believe he will take the green flag here all by his lonesome, as we're scheduled to have 2 more cars left after him. We may only have 1. We may be missing the 14 of Keaton Strevel down there in the lineup chute. I don't recall seeing him for I can't remember if he was out here or not. White flag for Elliot Despain, 15.420, 15.420 for Despain. Yeah, checkered flag a little bit quicker there for Mr. Despain with a 15.070. That'll put him 4th of 5 in our final group. And we should have 1 more driver, ladies and gentlemen, before P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series qualifying is complete. And he'll have the track all to himself here out of Paragon, Indiana, in the O'Neill Salvage iBox Springs AccuForce Spring Specialist number 20. That is Tyler Neal. Tyler Neal. Around 3 and 4 here to take the green flag for his first of 2 laps. The last 2 laps of the P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series qualifiers. Looking to beat the mark of the 14.992 of Derek Groomer. Neal takes the white flag. Top of the board, 14.980. 14.980 for Tyler Neal. He can shut it down if he wants. He's going to start on the pole. of heat race number 4. And nobody can do anything about it. Tyler Neal, 14.864, his fastest lap. So starting on the pole for heat race number 4 out of Paragon, Indiana, in the O'Neill Salvage iBox Springs AccuForce Spring Specialist. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the 20 of Tyler Neal. And that will do it for our P3 Graphics Indiana Pro Late Model Series qualifications. They are lined up. The next time we see the Pro Late Models, Chad Stapleton will be leading heat race number 1 to green. Heat race number 1 of 4. Again, we'll have 4 heat races, top 4 to the feature 1B main, and we'll take 4 out of that. And we will close up shop here for the moment on the Indiana Pro Late Model Series, and I'll hand it back over to our good friend James Essex with the Lucas Oil Late Model Driver Time Trials.
All right, Dustin George, thank you very much. 3 at a time in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Up first, in car number 23 out of Loudon, Tennessee, here in All-Star Performance Time Trials, it'll be Corey Hedgecock. He'll be followed by the 14 out of Greenwood, Indiana. That is Quentin White. And the 15 out of Verona, Kentucky, that is James Rice. Three at a time, Corey Hedgecock. In the SFP, Performance Systems, STI, Service Transport Inc., EasyGo, WE Hardscapes and Masonry, Kieran Construction, and K&P Used Cars, Quinn White, and Elite Outdoors, Super Eat Solutions, Indy's Best Towing, Indy Crossroads Realty, Kuma Roofing and Van Hawk Roofing and Restoration, James Rice. In the Air Max Heating and Cooling, Quality Electrostatic Painting, Chain Locker, 15, the first 3 of the night. All-Star Performance Time Trials for the second annual C.J. Rayburn Memorial. First time here at Brownstown. An overall fast time, $500. Fastest in Group B, which it could be overall as well. $500. $500 for 13th place. In honor of 13 wins here at Brownstown for C.J. Rayburn, Group A and Group B. Corey Hedgecock. And James Rice, 13.899. And then it's Corey Hedgecock at 14.077, 14.727 for Quentin White. All right, the next 3, it'll be the number 10, the defending dirt track world champion. Out of Eatonton, Georgia, that is Garrett Smith. Followed by the 96V. Out of Benton, Kentucky, that is Tanner English. And the 20TC, the 16-year-old. Out of Richmond, Indiana, Tristan Chamberlain. And the K Sewer Nozzles, DC Fabrication, Pardos Towing Service, CS Prototyping, Vision Woodworks, and Wayne and Holly Gibson, 20TC. English at the Impending Construction, Midwest Sheet Metal, Bill Stein, Capital Waste, Viperist Management Group, Chiarelli Paving, Vittmeyer Construction, and Garrett Smith, the Terminal Maintenance Construction, Atlanta Paving and Concrete, the world famous Cadillac Ranch Base Fuels, Senior Life Insurance, Go Lithium 10. First lap time, Garrett Smith, fast time, 13.679. English, 14.092. Tristan Chamberlain, 14.629. Lap 2 for Garrett Smith, it's even faster at 13.467. And lap number 2 for English goes to second at 13.874. Here comes Tristan Chamberlain. And Tristan Chamberlain will go to third at 13.888, 13.888. New quick time, the number 10, the defending dirt track world champion Garrett Smith in 10. Up next will be a pair of former Jackson 100 winners. The 46 out of Jacksonville, Florida, that'll be Earl Pearson Jr., followed by the 39, the reigning Jackson 100 winner. Two-time and reigning Lucas Oil champion out of Watertown, New York. It'll be Tim McCready, and he'll be followed by the 22. He comes to us out of Brownstown, Indiana. That is Skylar Lewis. Skylar Lewis in 22. Earl Pearson Jr., the Lucas Oil, Pappage Construction, Edgeburger Trucking, Bill Stein Shock, Sunoco, Sierra Pacific Materials, Midwest Sheet Metal, C&D Contractors and Developers Bonding, Millard Family Chapel, Soker Trucking, McCready, the Mega Polemic of the Carolinas, Racing for Heroes, Bill Stein, ArmsList.com, Baker Mitchell Company, Integris Risk Solutions, Brad Benton Trucking, The Aesthetic House, UNOH, and then Skylar Lewis. He's in the Brad Arthur Heating and Cooling. Number 22, trying to make yet another Jackson 100. First lap time, 3 PJ, 13.920, 13920. McCready goes to second at 13.720. Skylar Lewis, the Brownstown native, at 14.827. 14.827. Here comes EPJ, lap number 2. And he will go to fifth at 13.891. McCready, lap number 2, 13.618. And here comes Brownstown, Skylar Lewis, lap number 2. And Skylar Lewis at 14.735. 14.735, so through 9 cars. It's Garrett Smith, Tim McCready, Tanner English, and Tristan Chamberlain, your top 4. Up next should be the 11. Out of Verona, Kentucky, it'll be Josh Rice. The 76, fourth in the points. Out of Evans, Georgia, that'll be Brandon Overton. And then it'll be the 29J. Out of Bloomington, Indiana, Jordan Weaver. Josh Rice and the Senescence Environmental on the blocks.com, Blocks Bike Dice, MC Tank Transport, Extreme Sportswear, Map Ride, Integra Racing, Air Max Heating and Cooling, Jane Locker, Northern Kentucky Equipment, followed by Brandon Overton. He is in the Garnto Southern, Muscle Factory, Victor Fuel, Electrolyte Water, Dirt Mafia, Bonswell Oil, RW Powell, Construction, Cleanway, Clearing and Grading, Penske, Easy Go, Harnard Technologies, Convenient Lube, H&A Development, and then Jordan Wheeler in the Baumgartner's Auto and Truck Repair, Infinity Solutions, Worsen Automotive, and Ramon Excavating. Lap 1, Overton 13.713, Weaver 14.353, and lap number 2 for Overton goes to fast time 13.465, 13465. Jordan Weaver lap 2, 14.168. Josh Rice fourth at 13.652. And how about Brownstown? New fast time. It's Brandon Overton in 76. Up next will be the 33. Comes to us out of West Harrison, Indiana. In the Kevin Crest entry, that'll be Dallas Miller, followed by the number 1 out of New Waverly, Texas, the best performance entry. That'll be Tyler Erb, and the current Lucas Oil 800 Series points leader. Back to number 1 in the country, out of Martinsville, Indiana. That'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. Dallas Miller in the OTM Fabrication, Save More Commercial Laundry Equipment, Morris Brothers Construction, Riggs Drilling Solutions, Am's Oil, Blackberry Hill, Slicker Graphics, Tyler Erb, and the Bulk Material Lift, Base Fuels, Anthony's Pizza, First Class Septic, Roberts Beat Company, Penske, Santa Weld, and Thornton in the Big River Steel, Coleman Farm, Soker Trucking, Subsurface Cementing, and a 901 Westside Tractor Sales, D&E Outside Services, Certified Inspection, Midwest Sheet Metal XL, Floor Covering, Sunoco, Bill Stein, and Murdy Farms. Lap number 1. Dallas Miller, 14.848, 14848. Tyler at 14.209. Thornton second at 13.466. Rookie late model driver Dallas Miller. 14.848 will be his quick lap. Lap number 2. Well, Thornton hold at 13.466. That is second quick time. And Tyler up to 10th at 13.985. So through 15 cars, it's Brandon Overton, Ricky Thornton Jr., Garrett Smith, and Tim McCready, your top 4. And the next 3 up will be the number 12. He comes to us out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. That'll be Jason Jameson, followed by the 42 in his return to Brownstown. And out of London, Wisconsin, that'll be Terry Casey. And the 93 out of Columbus, Indiana, Zach Blackwood. Jason Jameson of the JR Motor Sales, MG Auto Sales, Grant Lee Farms, Keltner Contracting, Worldwide Custom Car Haulers, New Doors, New Point Lighting Design, Oliver Livestock Innovative Community Solutions, Terry Casey in the Arnie Rana Motorsports, Swaybert Cap Ranches, Joe Signs and Custom Decals, Joe Provo Racework, G-Style Transport, and Zach Blackwood. He's in the Jones Corps, Yoder Farms, Crew Corporation, Slicker Graphics, Fixed Liquor, Super 8 Solution, Bosky's Bomberts, Family Ford, Screen Printing Embroidery, Kindle Trucks and Parts, and Blackwood Lawn and Landscaping. Lap number 1 for Jameson, 14.012, 14012. Casey, 14.367. Blackwood, 14.566. Lap number 2, Jason Jameson to go to 6th at 13.796. Terry Casey at 14.169 remains 14th, and Zach Blackwood at 14.566. So through 18 cars, it's Brandon over to Ricky Thornton Jr., Garrett Smith, Tim McCready, Josh Rice, Jason Jamison, your top 6. Up next will be the 76 out of Bloomington, Indiana. That'll be Shelby Miles, followed by the 97 out of South Isaac, Kentucky. That is Michael Chilton. And the 68 out of Batavia, Ohio is Adam Stricker. Shelby Miles, he's at the Bloomington South Storage. Reed & Sons Construction, Race Car and Lifts. Hitchman Racewear, Rock Solid Masonry, All-Star Performance. Michael Chilton, he's at the Caton Industrial Painting, MKC Transport. Set in Stone, Marble, Granite, and Quartz. And Performance Systems at Adam Stricker. He's at the McCarter Farms, Jim Beeman Lumber, Stainless Craft, Fox Shocks, G&G Express, Rod Auto Parts, New Point Lighting Design. 68 for Jim Beeman out of North Florida, Indiana. Shelby Miles, 14.233, 14233. Michael Chilton in 97. $14.140, and the 68 of Adam Stricker, 14.240. Then lap 2 for Shelby Miles, and he's holding his first lap, 16th quick at 14.233. Lap 2 for Chilton is quicker. He's 11th in Group A at 13.949, and then Adam Stricker, fastest lap was his first one, 14.240. So here in Group A, which will be heats 1 and 2 here tonight. We got 2 more to go. We got 6 more to go. It'll be Spencer Hughes in the 11. He's out of Meridian, Mississippi. He will be followed by the 18D. First time here at Brownstown at Lapeer, Michigan is Chase Berta. And then you have the 9 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, Nick Hoffman, which he will start Group B. So Spencer Hughes, he's in the Clyburn Tank Lines, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Royal Tank Cooling, Link Construction, Bill Stein Shocks, Indiana, USSSA, Fast Pitch Softball, Bob and Tammy Burn, BP Fuels, Pee-wee's Performance Exhaust, Wicks Filter, Schaefer Trucking, CFM Truck Repair, Hughes 14.129. Chase Berta in the Fisk Trucking entry, 14.561. Lap 2 for Spencer Hughes, 14.129. He'll hold on lap 1. Chase Berta, and his second lap, he'll hold at his first lap, 14.561. So that'll do it for Group A. 13.465 for the two-time World 100, two-time Dirt Late Model Dream World 100 winner, 4th in the points. First time he's ever raced here in the Jackson 100 at 13.465. How about it? Out of Evans, Georgia, it's big, sexy Brandon Overton. How about this? 13.465 for Overton. Ricky Thornton Jr. second at 13.466. Second fastest. Garrett Smith. No, are you kidding me? Garrett Smith is third at 13.467. How about that? Unbelievable. All right, so Group A in the books. And right now it's Brandon Overton, the fastest overall here tonight. All right, Group B coming up. Incredible. Group B, there's the number 9. That'll be Nick Hoffman out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Followed by the 7 out of Georgetown, Delaware. That is Ross Robinson. And the 23 out of Franklin, Indiana. That is Keegan Cox. So Nick Hoffman, he's in the NOS Energy Drink, C&W Trucking, Petro Towing, Bill Stein Shocks, Ty Torrey Performance Products, Rocco Construction, Holland Haskell's, and Tri-Valley Equipment. Ross Robinson and the Stokely Materials, Orange Source Sales and Rental. Wesley Collins Builders, Sandy the Frozen Farmers, ML Joseph, Sand and Gravel, Hard Scrabble, Tom Notch Custom Cabinets, Atlantic Prime Mortgage, First State Roof and Exterior, Penske, VP Boswell, and Wells Motorsport. 13.990 for Hoffman. Robinson 14.379. Keegan Cox 15.448 at the Bradley Chevrolet AD Mechanical. Kane Tree Service, Cox's Transport, Cox's Tree Service, and Kurtz Truck Repair, Greg Hawk Window Tinting, JC Fuel System, Blackout Motorsports. Lap 2 for Hoffman. He'll hold on his first lap, 13.990. Robinson quicker on lap 2 at 14.377. Cox quicker on lap 2 at 15.135. So that should bring up Justin Shaw. C.J. Rayburn's grandson was scheduled to come out next. So it'll be the 11J out of Seymour, Indiana. In the Black Belt Racing entry, that'll be Jared Fleetwood. Jared Fleetwood of the Longhorn Clubbets. He will be followed by the 13W, the Paul Crockett Memorial winner here. And that is David Webb. David Webb of the Marine Works, RS, Odie's Rod Shop, Pecco, Bluegrass Radiator, Slicker Graphics, number 13W. And then it'll be the 111 of the top rookie, the O'Reilly Auto Parts top rookie, first time here to Centerville, Pennsylvania, Max Blair in the excess storage, Creekside Auto Sales, Tucker Drums, Valvoline, Penske, Murphy's Logging, C&J Dairy, Briggs Transport, Northeast Bus Service, Three Rivers Karting, and Entertainment Park and Privity Auto Wrecking. Lap 1 for Fleetwood, 15.691. Blair second, 14.352. Webb at 15.232. Lap number 2 for Fleetwood is going to hook 15.629. Lap 2 for Webb is going to be quicker, 14.820. And Hoffman still quickest at 13.990. So it's Hoffman, Blair, Robinson, Webb, your top 4. Ready to go. The next 3, it'll be the 71R. Out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, that'll be Rod Conley. He will be followed by the 32, the defending track champion out of Edinburgh, Indiana, Chad Stapleton. And then you have the 58, last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year out of Dubuque, Iowa, Garrett Alberson. Rod Conley's in the Conley Trucking, Shane Custom Decals, Conley River Terminal, AccuForce Shock Service. Chad Stapleton in 31 Auto Group, Dynamic Driven. R&R Recycling, Laura Bennett Racing, Penske Shock, C&B Core, 32. And Garrett Alberson, the Mississippi Valley Transportation, Fast Shaft, Swift Springs, DunRightTV.com. Nutrient Ag Solutions, Bill Sports Shop, Bill Stein Shocks, Orion Tire and Repair, Midwest Sheet Metal, Sunoco, Romer Machine and Welding, McKinley Construction, Performance Bodies, 58. Rod Conley, former Hillbilly 100 winner. 5th, 15.115, 15.115. Stapleton, 14.519. Garrett Alberson, second at 14.103. Lap 2 for Rod Conley is going to be holding his first lap, 15.115. Lap 2 for Stapleton, he'll hold his first lap, 14.519. Alberson will hold in lap 1 at 14.103. So through 9 cars, it'll be Nick Hoffman, Garrett Alberson, Max Blair, Ross Robinson, your top 4 here in Group B, which will be heats 3 and 4 here tonight. Up next should be the 157. He comes to us out of Winfield, Tennessee. That'll be Mike Marler, followed by the 99. Out of Dresden, Ohio, that'll be Devin Moran. And then the 28 out of Carpentersville, Illinois, Dennis Erb Jr. Mikey Marler. He's in the Can-Am Auto Salvage, Delk Equipment, Petro Towing, Bilstein, Paulson Stussy Construction, Mississippi Valley Transportation. Midwest Sheet Metal, Capital Race Decals, Doug Marler Racing Development, Devin Moran in the Big River Steel, Lazy Days RV, the RV Authority, C&W Trucking, Bilstein Shocks, CarSourceAuto.com, Red Oak Pub, Lucas Oil Products, Smoky Mountain Speedway, Lincoln Smith Racing, Midwest Sheet Metal, McHugh, Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. And Dennis Erb Jr., the McBride Mac, Vomac Truck Sales, Kaiser, Ideal Red Mix, VP Fuels, PRC, Dundee, Heating and Air Conditioning, 28. Marler. Mike Marler, second at Group B, 14.087. Dennis Erb Jr., 14.384. Devin Moran, fourth at 14.301. See if Marler can improve. He does at 14.086, still second. Lap number 2 for Moran, 14.249. It's faster, still fourth. Dennis Erb Jr. at 14.34. He'll hold on that lap. So it's Hoffman, Marler, Alberson, Moran. Here in Group B, still quickest overall is Brandon Overton at 13.465. The next 3, it'll be former track champ. Well, it'll be the 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. That'll be Dalton Wilson, followed by the 99B out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania, Boom Briggs, and former track champion, the Jesse Puckett 88 out of Bedford, Indiana. That'll be Greg Johnson. Boom Briggs and Dalton Wilson and Greg Johnson. Dalton Wilson, the Innovative Community Solutions, 2 Point Lighting Design, B&L Construction, MG Auto Sales, the Auto Outlet, Gramley Farms, JR Motor Sales, All Trucks Repair. Boom Briggs, he is in the excess storage. Corey Rubber Corporation, Meridian Hardwoods, Valvoline, Penske Shocks, Creekside Auto Sales, Tucker Drown, Northeast Paving, Briggs Transport, and Greg Johnson. And that Rocket Corvette number 88 for Jesse Puckett out of Irvine, Kentucky. lap number 1. Dalton Wilson, 4th, 14.113. Boom at 15.116. Johnson, 10th in Group B, 14.694. Wilson slows on lap 2. He'll take the first one still, 14.113. Boom Briggs, lap 2, is going to be quicker at 15.093. And Greg Johnson, lap number 2, in the 80 hold on lap 1 at 14.694. 14.694. That should bring up the 18, 3-time Florence Speedway track champion. He's out of Erlanger, Kentucky. Now hailing out of Florence, Kentucky. That'll be Trevor Landrum, followed by the World 100 winner, the number 1 out of Martinsville, Indiana. That'll be Hudson O'Neal and Jeffrey Shackelford in the 28 out of Clayton, Indiana. Trevor Landrum, he's at the Kerry Toyota Complete Collision Center, Hometown HVAC, ML Performance, Valvoline, the Backyard Grill, Carthage Auto Parts, Evan the Burley Barber. Hudson O'Neal, he is in the Valvoline, Sorbet Camp Ranches, Rocket Pre-On Motors, Ace Metalworks, Petrov Towing, Gunners Honey, WR1 Sim Chassis, O'Neal Salvage and Recycling, Sunoco Integra Performance Grading, number 1 for the driver's second at Lucas Oil Points, Hudson O'Neal, former Jackson 100 winner. Lap 1 for Landrum is 12, 14.872. Shackelford at 15.822. O'Neal here in Group B, 11th at 14.738. 1.4738 for O'Neal. Landrum 14.872 the whole on lap number 1. Lap number 2 for Shackelford is 15.626. O'Neal, lap number 2, not as good as his first one, 14.738. That is 11th. 11th out of 18 here in Group B. 3 more to go. It'll be 4-time track champion. Only he, Jim Curry, and Steve Barnett have won it 4 times here. It'll be Devin Gilpin. Devin Gilpin out of Columbus, Indiana, followed by the 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia, former Jackson 100 winner. That is Jonathan Davenport. And then the 24, the current points leader, comes to us out of Bedford, Indiana. That is Jared Bailey. Devin Gilpin, he's in the South Central Roofing. Jason Clarkson Logging, Insotech. Dasco, Wheelman by Dasco 1G. Davenport, he's in the Nutrient Ag Solutions. Dynagro Seed, Lucas Oil Products, Bill Stein, VP Fuels, Martin out of Winnipeg, Plumbing of the Carolinas, Fast Shafts, AC Warranty, Midwest Sheet Metal. Jared Bailey, he's in the Jason Durham Motorsports, Jay Coulter and Sons Trucking, Bluebird Cafe, TNT Underground Base Fuels, Black Belt Racing. Entry, Davenport, 14.565. Bailey, 14.975. And Devin Gilpin in the 1G right now, 18.15.116. Lap number 2 for Davenport. He'll go to 6th at 14.261. Jared Bailey will hold at 15th at 14.975. That should do it. Looks like Justin Shaw, the only car not to qualify. So the top 4 in Group B will be 4th. It'll be the 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. That'll be Dalton Wilson. 3rd to the 58 out of Dubuque, Iowa, Garrett Alberson. 2nd to the 157 out of Winfield, Tennessee, Mike Marlar. And your fastest in Group B at 13.990, the number 9 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, Nick Hoffman. So that'll do it. So your fastest overall here in All-Star Performance Time Trials, he will pick up $500. Nick Hoffman will pick up $500. Fastest in Group B, it will be with a time of 13.465. Currently 4th in the points for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Out of Evans, Georgia, how about a big